Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? This is your boy Raphael, aka The Bull, and gonna talk to you about the coronavirus real quick. So, I was watching a video by on YouTube with Joe Rogan on his show, and they brought a infectious disease expert, Michael Osterholm. This video got 21 million views. If you haven't seen this video, I would highly recommend you going to YouTube and checking it out. But basically, I'm gonna try to summarize it really quickly. People don't realize how big this pandemic is, and they don't realize that we're just at the beginning. Okay, the toughest, the hardest, the messiest part hasn't even been there yet. Okay, we have not reached its peak yet. Okay, he talked about how this pandemic is going to unfold in the course of months. Okay, some people are being very misinformed. They thought that this was going to be a 2-week thing and then we're back to normal. No, that's not how it is. Okay, make sure you're checking your sources. Most of us will get our information from the news, Fox, CNN, whatever. But technically what you should be doing is going to the World Health Organization website. You know, I'm going to put it somewhere here in the video so you can actually go to it, and that you will know what's going on around the world with the pandemic, and that's your best resource to use. You want to make sure that you're getting the right information, especially at times like this. This is not the way he put it on the video, people are thinking this is a 2-week blizzard. But technically what we got in our hands is a whole winter. So winter is here, folks. Better get cozy, because winter is here. So this is going to keep going for months. Okay? People don't quite understand that. We're not prepared for this type of pandemic. I don't think any country in the world is. I mean, Corona is 15 times worse than your average seasonal flu. In terms of fatalities, I mean that's a big deal. You know, they were estimating around the world being 48 million hospitalizations, 480,000 deaths. I mean, that's a lot of deaths. You know, he was talking about how 2 weeks ago we had no cases in the U.S. and now 2 weeks later, look, the numbers are astronomical. 3 weeks ago, Italy was just, singing La Cucaracha. Look at Italy now, 3 weeks later. The whole country is on shutdown. So we will not have a vaccine anytime soon, okay? They were talking about the school problem too, which is kind of interesting because when I first read about it, it makes sense. Let's shut down the schools, get these kids home. But there's definitely pros and cons on both sides now that you start getting more educated with it. Kids don't get affected as much, but then they come home and then they affect their parents, their grandparents. They're putting everyone at risk if they're going to school. But there's been a recent study also that shows that 38% of nurses that are working on the medical care field have kids in school. So if kids are home, which means that schools are shut down, then who's going to take care of all these kids for the next 2 or 3 months, right? 1/4 of Americans don't have sick leave. So if we close schools, they don't get paid if they stay home. That's another problem. So there's arguments back and forth. I would highly recommend going to the video for Joe Rogan's YouTube show and checking it out. There's multiple segments of this conversation that he had with I don't know if he's a doctor, but he's an infectious disease expert. His name is Michael Osterholm. Super interesting video. I would highly recommend it. I'm gonna leave it in the description. And I always think that we should hope for the best. Always, right? But this doesn't apply just to Corona. This applies to anything in life. You should hope for the best. you should expect the worst, right? So take the precautions, be preventative, get the right information. That's another big one. And make sure you're ready, because most likely, we're in for a ride, and this riding ending soon. So make sure that you're being informed. Hoping for the best is good. Being optimistic is good, but being optimistic and being realistic are two different things. Okay? It's good to be optimistic, great, but you should be realistic as well. All right? God bless, stay safe, and remember, a bull is all you need, baby.